What's good, guys, man? Y'all know what time it is. Who you need to know, Entrepreneur Series. And we're going to continue to lock in on our personal brands. The more and more we lock in on our personal brand, the easier it's going to be for us to communicate our story and be able to speak the language of the people we're marketing to. You see what I'm saying? We do not want to just post and hope. We want to have a strategy behind what we're doing. We want to have a strategy behind the things that we're offering. So it's not just about content. So the first order of business is, how do I impact using the gift that God gave me, right? Now, when I know how to bring that impact, how do I showcase the impact, and how do I distribute the impact and make people aware of the impact that I'm making, right? So you got the awareness stage, the consideration stage, and the decision stage. That's not just for buying. That's just for getting people involved. If you're bringing people into your community, you're not necessarily trying to make them buy anything like tangible, right? Or sell them. You're trying to allow them to buy into your vision, right? Commit to your vision and believe in what it is that you're bringing to the table, right? So I'm just trying to give you a mindset outside of selling things, like selling tangible things or getting money, right? I am selling my vision, right? And I'm selling people on the idea of what I'm doing, right? So I'm just getting them sold on it. Not talking about money. I'm saying I am making them believe in this thing that I'm offering. I'm making them believe in that it can give them the transformation that it's providing, right? But I have to know how to communicate that properly, if that makes sense. So tonight we have, someone who has built the brand, who have went through the ringer, and she's going to get on here and tell you guys about how she built her brand and, how she stayed consistent through all of the different things that goes on in life. A lot of people don't know, but I pretty much just lost my dog, that, like, how do you keep pushing? How do you keep building a brand through any type of pain, grief, or anything like that? Because, you have to keep going. You got to keep pushing. What's up, family? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Great, still pushing. I was just telling them, I just lost my dog like a day ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, bro, like, it's tough. You feel me? But we gonna keep pushing, and it's kind of crazy because it's like it leans into some of the things that I want to bring up today as I'm talking to you, interviewing you,
Mhm.
and first and foremost, I appreciate you for getting on here, and I want you
Thank
to
you.
just tell people who you are and how
Mhm.
you're impacting people's lives every single day.
Okay, well, I'm Bree, also known as CEO Bree. I am the owner of the Spoiled Bread Life, which is an all-natural skincare brand, and I also have a creative agency where I help entrepreneurs bring their story to life through like campaigns and like brand events. So pretty much how I help impact people's lives is, one, I help them tap back into their self-care and their wellness of their whole entire body, also their skin. Skin is the largest organ on our body. So I help them take care of that. And then also, I really just help brands and entrepreneurs just find their story. A lot of people don't realize that they have a story. Everybody has a story.
Mhm.
A lot of people just look over and run over their story, but like, you have a story. Tap into that. That is a part of your marketing. And you got to emotionally connect with your audience. And I feel like once people get that, their brand starts to like elevate more.
Okay, for sure. I want to know this, right? Was
Mm-hmm.
it always easy for you to be vulnerable, not just in just your content, but just you first have to be vulnerable with yourself first. Was it always easy for you to be vulnerable? And if it wasn't, how did you navigate to get to a point where you were able to be vulnerable?
First of all, that was a great question. That was a question I ain't never got hit with before. Was it easy? No. I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but I'm a perfectionist, and it was very hard for me to realize. Number one, I had a big problem with being okay with help. Like, I'm an only child. Like, I grew up with my mom was a single mom, so all I know is me and my mom,
Mm,
and all I know is to do it by herself. But I had to be vulnerable enough to let people in and accept the help that was right at my fingertips. I had a really hard time, and I be having hard times here and there still, with actually accepting and helping the help and accepting the help.
mm.
So I would say how I got past that was like, it take a village to do anything. Like, Jesus needed help. Like,
Come on.
I really had to really like understand, like, okay, God can even do it himself. Like,
Mm,
you get what I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's how I really had to understand it and become like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
Bree, it's okay. Like, it takes a village. When they like, oh, it takes a village to raise a child. Yeah, it takes a village to do anything in life, though. Like, it does not matter. And like when my business started to struggle because I tried to do everything myself and wear all these different hats, I'm like, girl, you lack on this part, you lack in this department, you dominating in this department, but these other things was you lacked in. But I lacked because I didn't want to accept help. I wasn't vulnerable enough to accept the help. One thing I would say is I was always vulnerable enough to like I was always open to help, like coaching. Let me not say help, but like coaching, like a mentor, something like that. Like I was always open to that, like always, because I always knew people were smarter than me. Let me pick their brain.
Mm-hmm.
But anything else?
100%. That makes sense. I would
Yeah.
say this, like, in everything that you were just saying, I hear this was my journey to clarity, right?
Yes.
So I want to know, I feel like there's different levels of clarity, right?
Mm-hmm.
For instance, when I first started, business, I got clear on I'm pretty good at graphic design. I need to hone in on this. Then, once you learn more and you start seeing things, you get exposed to it. Now I have to get clarity on how do I position what I'm doing to what market, to what audience, and just understanding, that process of everybody saying the riches are in the niches. But even outside of that, just breaking down, like, when did you start to notice that you were really getting clarity on not just your brand, but on who you were called to be in this earth?
Oh, that was a good question.
Look, I'm
Oh, you
telling you.
got all the good
I'm
questions.
telling you.
Okay, so once I started to realize, when I started to realize kind of early, I can't serve everybody, and
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. At first, I was trying to do everything, and then I started to really realize it was like, okay, go back to your story. Like, what happened to you? I was diagnosed with epilepsy at 17, so that came out of nowhere. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. Nobody knew what was wrong with me. I had to go through so much testing and stuff like that. But I felt like that was a part of my story. I felt like that was something that, I was, so I'm supposed to open up more about. And mine came from freaking lack of sleep. All I had to do was go to bed. But I didn't go to bed. But so then that's when I was like, okay, now I need to. A lot of my clients say, I don't never sleep. I don't never sleep. I don't never sleep. Hey, no, let's go get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to bed. And I felt like that had to sit me down and like really show me like, all right, girl, you're not taking care of yourself. And I was working a job in high school. I was like the shift lead manager, and then I was on the cheerleading team. And I'm like, cut back. They was like, yeah, cut back on hours. I'm like, cut back on hours. I want to get my money. Like,
Yeah.
y'all crazy. And my doctor had to tell me, he was like, okay, but if you get money, you can't do that. What it did, what's the point of getting money? I'm like, okay.
Point. That's the
You
point.
might, but I'm like, you might got a point here. But I feel like I really got that. Really was I got to that point on purpose
Mm-hmm.
because that is what built the spoiled brat life. Like, spoiling yourself is a lifestyle. Like, you got to be like, it's not just a one time thing, or it's not just like oh, I got my self care day today. No, you need to be doing this every single day, whether it's you taking an hour shower and you know, detaching yourself from your whole household. You need to take that time to yourself. I don't care if you go in your room and watch your favorite TV show and sip on a glass of wine. Like, that's your self care for that day. Like, that was really that's what I teach people, actually. It's just like, that's my whole entire brand.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I stand for.
That's so amazing too, because what a lot of people don't understand is that even after God created, He rested. And it seems to me that you went from having a hustler's mentality
Mm-hmm.
to really understanding the balance between, all right, I have to work and I have to show up for the people I need to show up for. And in order for me to show up to be the best that I can be to serve these people, I have to have rest. So it literally seems like that's how the spoiled brat life was birthed. And I feel like that's such a powerful, brand story, because it's just like, especially in today's age, everything is hustle, hustle, hustle. You don't need to sleep. I sleep when I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? Sleep is for the broken. All of these different narratives. So that's
Exactly.
amazing that you are speaking to such a major thing right now, which is, mental health, and really helping people to, in a healthy way,
Right.
get to the bad, build brand and bring impact without killing yourself. Because if you're not you and you crash out, how can you serve the people, right? So I want to know, like, in your life, right, like, what's the thing that you hold on to that keeps you grounded? Because just like you're saying this to us right now, every single day there are different things that's coming up against you that can take you back out of that place of rest and get you back in hustler's mentality. So is it your faith in God? What keeps you grounded in that resting place to keep
That
going the
right
way you
there.
need to?
You
Come on.
said your favorite girl. I just feel like without God, we're nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like you can't do anything, and God will
Yeah.
humble you. He will sit you down.
I'm
People
telling
don't
you.
understand that. He will purposely give it all to you and take it all back. Like, see, you see what I did? You
Yeah.
didn't appreciate it. Now you're gonna sit down and you're gonna start over. He gonna still be there with you, but you're gonna continue to start over and over again until you get it. Because it's like, cool, I gave. Because a lot of people not blessed with the hustle
Mm-hmm.
mentality. I give you that, but it was for me. It was more so like, yes, I gave you that. You know how to go get it. You're not lazy, you know. But I'm gonna also take this away from you because you don't get it. Like, you don't
Mm-hmm.
understand it. But you still gotta always keep that faith, because it's like, okay, now I gotta ask myself, okay, what was the reason God done set me down? Like,
Yeah.
what was the reason? Like, it's been plenty of times where I'd be like, all right, God, did I mess up with something?
Yeah.
Like, talk to me. What did I do wrong? And yeah, I just feel like keep faith in God. Like, that's literally the best way of life. Without God, you are nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everybody believes in God. Whoever you pray to, that's your business. But me, I just got to. Like,
You
it's
did
like,
Jesus with me.
okay, you feel me?
God.
So it's like, with me, it's like, nah, I don't. It's no other way for me. But it's
For
just like
sure.
I said, he gonna humble you.
Yeah, and I really feel like, when you really dig into it, right, and you understand the greatest amongst you are the servants, and it's not really, you
Mhm.
can't understand leadership without servanthood. That's the basis. Even, with us being service-based businesses, if I'm just in this to make money, that's the byproduct. The main thing is for me to be able to extract, like you was talking about the story. I work in personal branding, so my job when I get on these consultations, I'm extracting your story from you.
Mhm.
We're laying it out and we're seeing how can I properly position this to the people that it was called to talk to, right? Because when you are called, you're called to a specific set of people. You're not called to everyone, right? So
Mhm.
if I'm
Yes.
called to this specific facet of people, I need to understand their language. I need to understand where they hang out at and different things like that. So I want you to tell us the messy story, right? How did you go from I'm talking to everybody, but now I'm specifically talking to somebody? Like, what did that look like? Was it a coach? Was it a video? Like, what was that real deal thing that switched and changed everything?
The people. The people. Okay. At first, when I started when I was 19 years old. So I actually just walked out my job and I was like, forget this. Like, I ain't making no money. I'm tired of doing this. And that go back to God humbling me. I
Mm-hmm.
got fired from my favorite job, but I felt like I got fired because, and it was crazy. I wasn't supposed to get fired, but nevertheless, I got fired. But I know God pulled me out of that, because if I would never got fired, I would have never walked away from that fast money. I was a waitress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making bank every single night. Oh, I'm going crazy. But I also still had a vision of a business, and I just wasn't giving that business my full attention. So I felt like if God would never pull me out of that, then I might possibly still be in there. It might took me way longer to get to where I needed to be. But as I got started within my business, I was trying to service anybody with $1.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, you got it. I got you. And I started to see, like, ooh, we don't align. Like, ooh, I don't like people like you. Like, oh, y'all got a little too much going on. But I was also just doing crazy sales. I was bringing it. And it's no shade to anybody who loves sales, because everybody loves a good deal. But nobody was seeing my value. But it was like, if you don't value your business, nobody else will value your business. How you treat your business, how you respect your business is how the people is going to treat and respect your business. If they see it's some cheap stuff, they going to treat it like cheap stuff. If they see it's high end, they going to be like, oh, I got to save up for this. Or the people who already got it, going to be like, oh, I love this over here. Like, the people who got it, they not going nowhere that's low budget, low cost. So the
Facts.
people is what really made me see, like, the people that was being in front of me, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm gonna tell this one story. It was this one girl. It's when I was still being cheap with people and just trying to take anything, not charging my value, not showing people like I'm really good at this. She was like, "Can you come pick me up?" I said, "Hello." Like, can I come pick you up? But excuse me, you don't have a car to come to me. Okay, can you get Uber or something like that? She's like, "Oh, I can't afford Uber." So why did you book this service? Like, you get what I'm saying? But it
Wow.
also went back to me like, it's so cheap. Why not? Like, you get the type of people. Then her boyfriend got mad, and she was like, "Okay, well, can you pick my boyfriend up from the barbershop? He is at the
Wait, wait,
barbershop
wait,
right
wait. This is somebody who's a client.
now." Somebody who's a client, somebody that is a client, and the barbershop was close to me, but I'm like, "Your boyfriend from the barbershop?" Then the boyfriend ended up getting. I guess they would want to get to each other, so they could only buy one. They only had to buy one Uber or whatever. The boyfriend had some type of attitude. I cussed him out so bad, it was crazy. And I'm just like, why am I going through this? First of all, why do I have to? Why do I have to start cussing you out? Why did you even feel? And then the thing was, I never met this girl a day in my life. Never seen her. Don't know her from a can of paint. You felt comfortable enough to ask me to come pick you up, and then you asked me to come get your boyfriend. That's why I said, okay, it's the people. It's the people. But I need to stop targeting people like that. Then right after
You
that,
owned up to it.
yo, I
You
said, okay,
said it's
oh,
your
I know it's
yeah,
me. I said, I
yeah.
know it's me. And then this girl, she seen shit. And I had still had to post on my page, and she resent it to me. It was like, hey, when you gonna have a sale like this again? It was 50% off. I said, see that what I be talking about, y'all. That why I don't do that type of stuff. But
Yeah,
it was a very humbling situation. It made me, like I said, it went back to God humbling me.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
girl, I'm trying to tell you, you're not supposed to be with these people. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in front of you so you can see. Now, what you're going to do with this is what you're going to do with this. And I completely stopped after that. Like,
Yeah. That's big because you're going to go through trials. What's good, big bro? You're gonna go through trials, but it's up to you to dissect it and break it down and allow God to give you the wisdom on what was I supposed to take from this. The fact that you were able to do a brand audit, that's what you did. You did a
yeah,
brand audit, a brand messaging audit, and said, okay, this is why I'm attracting these type of people, and this is what I got to do moving forward. You feel what I'm saying? I want to talk
absolutely.
about this, right, more about clarity, right?
Hmm.
So you can't position what you don't understand, right? And I'm reading something. This phase is all about understanding who you are, what you carry, and why you're called to it. It's where entrepreneurs go from guessing their niche to embodying it.
Hmm.
It's breaking down into three pillars: identity. Who am I at my core, and how does that translate online? Message. What problem do I solve, and why should anyone care? Audience. Who am I really called to reach, not just who can pay me? That's so crazy. Listen, this was on my screen before you went into talking about what you're talking about, right? And I feel like that is what's so crazy because clarity is your first marketing strategy. And it's just so beautiful
Absolutely.
because when you get into, and I'm going to stop talking in a minute. It's so beautiful because when you get into personal branding, you really realize like it's all about things that are being taught to you in life by God. And now it's just like, it's so much. Like a lot of times we hear these buzzwords, content.
Hmm.
Let's make content. What's the content of a water bottle? Water. What's the content of a cereal box? Cereal. What's the content of Brie? Brie, your story. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's just like breaking these words down to realize creating content is you getting online, telling who you are, what you
Hmm.
do, how you do what
Hmm.
it is. People don't buy what you check this out. People don't buy, this is gonna sound crazy. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it.
Thank you. I literally just had a call with somebody yesterday. I'm like, you gotta tell your story. Like your story, I'm gonna buy from you from your story. Like I quite frankly wouldn't even care what you're selling. If you tell me your story, I'd be like, girl, yes, I'm intrigued. Like I want to buy this. Like, and people gotta goes back to you being vulnerable. And
Mm-hmm.
also people gotta understand, like, I ain't tell you to come on here and tell your business how last year you didn't pay your rent or last month you was late on your rent. I ain't tell me all that. You gotta understand this is your show. You make the cuts, you direct, you edit, you do whatever you want to do. This is your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's emotions. I gotta get that emotional connection to you because people buy into emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like people love Beyonce. Beyonce could, she just, now people, I have heard people say that her hair care products are good, but she could have put out the worst hair care products in the whole entire world. People bought into her because they love her. That's an emotion.
Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
So if I don't love you, yeah, you got to make me love you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make me love you. And once I love you, it's like, okay, I got you. But you got to come in here and tell me something to love. Like
Yeah.
you said, what's the content of Bree? The content of Bree is, okay, I was diagnosed with epilepsy at 17. I help take care of people's skin. I've serviced over 2,000 people. I've shipped out over 2,000 orders. I've been able to ship to all 50 states. And this is why, X, Y, and Z. The
Mm-hmm.
reason why I even created that is because I saw a gap within the community. I saw a gap in the marketplace. I'm bringing that together. I'm explaining educational things. It's like, oh, I love her content. Oh, I love her. Like, yeah, so now you're just going to buy this
And I
empty
want to
water
know
bottle from me.
facts. And I want to know your take on this, right?
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to turn your content into community?
Oh, I feel like community. This is how I feel. It's this book that I read called Superfans, right? That book talks about community. Once you have a community, you could sell anything to that community. So what you want to do with your content is you want to position yourself in that marketplace as a community leader per se. Like you're the head of the community. So when I drop this, you're gonna buy it. But the reason why you're gonna buy it is because I built a community, and especially with bridging a gap. Like I said, everybody got a story.
Mm-hmm.
If you bridge that gap with that story, you just built the whole community because you ain't even realized that it was 10 other people who felt like that. But them 10 people gonna go get you 25 more people, and y'all repeatedly just building a community, building a community, build a community. And like I said, you can't do nothing by yourself. Without a community, you're nothing.
Mm.
It don't get no better than that. Without a community, is you have a hobby because your
That's a
community is
fact.
the people who buy into you.
That's a fact.
So if you don't create a community, you don't create anything. If you was to go blank right now with nothing else, if you don't got no community, you don't have nothing.
For sure.
You don't have no, ain't nothing there no more. Like, and people don't realize, like, when I say community leader, some people might take it as like, well, I'm not leadership, da 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 da. No, you don't never know. It's 5 people out here that feel the exact same way as you. They feel in the exact same position that you are. Like, dang, I felt that. Let me
Yeah.
follow her.
Yeah.
And once I follow her, she gonna post more about that. I'm like, girl, I feel the same exact way. You just got you a mutual friend, but you don't even know she about to bring you 15 more people.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times the disconnect comes from like human nature is you think about even Adam and Eve, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everything was provided, but the enemy made them think about the thing that they didn't have, that they didn't even need. And I feel like it's the same when it comes to us, like when we showing up on social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
We feel like we're running towards this thing that we gotta grab, and we're overlooking the story. We're overlooking who we are. We're overlooking, our calling. So now the people who have their calling, right,
Mm-hmm.
and they're dropping their courses and they're doing this, we get sold into their identity before we know our own, and then we start trying to duplicate what they're doing when that wasn't our calling, right? So that brings me to
Yes.
this. I feel like every question that every entrepreneur should be asking himself every week is, does my content still sound like my calling, right? And with that
Yeah.
being said, I want to ask you, and I'll be transparent about mine. Have you ever, in your journey on social media, had to audit yourself and say, what am I doing? This is not what I'm supposed to be doing.
1,010%.
Me too.
Absolutely. If somebody say they didn't, they are lying. I promise you they're lying. Because it's just human freaking nature.
Yeah.
It's nothing, it has nothing to do with, oh, you trying to do this, do that. No, it's just human nature. Like, I might be on my favorite content creator page. Granted, we might live two totally different lifestyles. I might start trying to do the content because I just love seeing the content. That's not me though. That's not my
Yeah.
story. That's not my path, and that's okay. But it's been plenty of times where I content all over the place. I'm like, girl, this looks a mess. You look a
Mm-hmm.
fool. Scrap. You need to delete that and go back to what you know. And then a lot of times you ain't even got to audit it.
Mm-hmm.
Your page is gonna show it. You're gonna see less views, less likes, less comments. And you're like, dang, why this video ain't do good? Because that's not you.
Yeah.
Like I said, you already built a community. Your community already know you. You might have a community and don't even know that you have a community. People got your post notifications on. You might not even know that. They
Mm-hmm.
start saying that, they be like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what swipe. I don't like this.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. Your community is gonna show you. Your following is gonna show you. It's gonna be like, ooh, girl.
Bro. This is so important, bro, because it's like I used to get so caught up into numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to realize you can have somebody with 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 followers and
Mm-hmm.
not make sales like somebody who has 200. Why? Because this person could just be on the run of virality, making viral. While this
Mm-hmm.
person who has this 200, 300 understand community and they understand how to nurture that community. And they're all about what do these 200 people that's following me need, not what do I need to do and who do I need to look like and this persona I need to show up as so I can get more eyes. What happens when you get those eyes? Do you want to get those eyes just like, oh, look at me, I'm funny, I'm doing it? Or do you want to get these people and you actually want to, serve these people? So any time of the day, I would rather have impact over virality because at the end of the
Absolutely.
day, God didn't call me to be viral.
Mm-hmm.
He called me to be impactful,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I wanna ask you this, right? How did you? And if I already asked it, just give more clarity to it. How
Okay.
did you discover your lane?
I feel like I discovered my lane just more so being authentically myself,
Mm-hmm.
truthfully. Like I saw like people loved me, and this one girl, when she met me, she was like, you act way different on Instagram, and I was like, what? I was like, what do that mean? And I was like, girl, I get a little too ghetto sometimes to be acting like this on Instagram. She was like, but no, like your energy is like everything, like. And then another girl told me, she was like, I almost didn't book you because I thought your page was fake. I was like,
Right.
what? And she was like, you don't show up. But she was like, but you have such great personality. I would show up more if I was you. And when she said that, I was like, but I had just heard the other girl say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, maybe I'm selling myself short. I'm tripping. Like, I really need to dive into myself. So I feel like when people are, and this might sound cliche because I hear this all the time, but this is 1,010% true. When you show up authentically as yourself, the people are going to love you way more. Now, I hope if you got an evil spirit or something, I don't know about that one. But me personally, like, I was able to find my people. And
Mm-hmm.
people were like, oh my gosh, I felt that. Oh my gosh, I feel you. Like, yes, like I feel the same exact way. And then honestly, you got to be truthful with your people.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be truthful. If you're like, y'all, I'm having a bad day. Today wasn't good. This is why. You don't even know that somebody else had that same bad day. And thank you. Your message has motivated them to feel
Come
like,
on.
okay, I could do this. Like, I'm not the only person in the world going through this right now. So I just feel like, I know, again, people might say this all the time, but showing up authentically as yourself, that's the best thing that you could ever do for your content. Like, people be trying to do these lifestyle content type of things, and that's cool. Don't get me wrong, because I love actually watching lifestyle content.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not a lifestyle content creator, that's fine. Like, you don't have to go
Yes.
fake, because I'm gonna be able to tell when it's fake. I'm like, girl, please swipe. Like I said, when you just show me your real self and stuff like that, it's like, ooh, yes. And again, I found my people that way. When I showed up really myself, and the person who I don't know if everybody's familiar with her, but Queen Leora,
I look
she is, she is somebody who showed up authentically as herself. Like, her tagline was, "What it do, bitches?" And everybody at first was like, "What?" But that
because when
girl,
you just said that, I was like, what?
exactly. But she was so like authentically herself. It was like, I'm about to watch this. Oh, I love this. I love everything she's doing because she never faked the funk.
Mm,
Freaking Drewski. Look how successful Drewski is.
yeah.
He's really goofy though. He's not fake funny. He's not forcibly trying to be funny. This is really him. If you was in the room with him, you'd be like, oh damn, you funny for real. Like, you get what I'm saying? Authentically being yourself. Like, that's when you're gonna find your people. Like, you don't have to fake kick. You don't have to force yourself to be something that you're not. You don't have to follow a trend.
Mm,
And if you feel like you gotta follow a trend, make yourself a trend. You
mm,
you, you can make yourself a trend. Anything in 2025, 2026, you can make anything a trend at this point, yeah.
mm.
So I feel showing up as myself. I
For
found my
sure. And I saw you had an event.
Hmm.
I don't remember the name of it off the top, but I know it was about like it was branding and it was about content, right? So
Hmm.
how important is it for you to do partnerships with other brands, and when did you start doing it?
I've always tried to do partnerships with a lot of people, and for a minute, it took me away because people were just not as serious as me. But that also goes back to me not paying attention, me knowing like, hey, girl, you need to be partnering with the right people. But honestly, again, you cannot do everything yourself. You want to do partnerships.
Hmm.
I don't want to be the best in the room. I want to be one of the best, but if I'm the best in the room, I'm not in the right room. Let me go partner with somebody else who already has a community as well. Let's bring it together because it's always collaboration over competition. You not gonna get nowhere without like that's like me saying Lil Baby and Young Thug and Lil Baby. We wouldn't
Hmm.
know Lil Baby if we weren't for Young Thug. But they did a partnership. They came together and they two big old superstars. But we have to be open to that. We have to be like able to partner up with people. Partnering up with people is where you're gonna get the bag at. That's where you're gonna get. That's just like you watching basketball. You might know who LeBron James is, but you don't know who number 4 is. But you see LeBron keep handing him that ball though. And he's
Facts.
like, dang, who was number 4? Who was number 4? But if he was such a like, if he didn't like, I don't want to partner up with LeBron.
Hmm.
We would know who you are. Now we know who you are though, and
Hmm.
that's how a lot of people mindset has to be. Your mindset has to be ready for partnership. Don't go in there trying to think like, oh, I got to be bigger, better. No, if they dominate more than you, learn. Take that as a
Come
lesson.
on, market research.
Like, hello. Anytime I partner up with somebody, I do market research so heavy. I'm like, I need to be with them. I need to be with them. They got it. They got it. They got something I don't got. I'm gonna go learn from them. And
Hmm.
hey, I might bring back not even I might. I know I'm gonna bring value to you, and you're gonna bring value to me. So then when we put both these values together, the sky ain't the limit. We way past the sky. Like
Hmm.
people mindset has to be literally prepared for partnerships because you're gonna dominate with a partnership. You can't do everything by yourself.
And then you can leverage AI, right? Like you can take a screenshot of the person page, you can put a link up, and you can say, act as my market research analyst with
Mm-hmm.
over 25 years of experience at breaking brands down and giving advice to the next brand on how to do what they're doing and give me things that would align with what I'm doing. Like you can just tell ChatGPT to create me a prompt that do that, and it's literally going to do that, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think people, that's another thing. I'm not gonna go deep into this because we'll be here another 30 minutes. But
Mm-hmm.
learning how to leverage the tools to amplify what you're already doing, not be a copy, but
Yes.
understanding who you are and bringing AI into your ecosystem to how can this amplify what I'm doing. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And I think that a lot of people need to understand that 10 years ago, 5 years ago, is different from this year and last year at how you can really move and build your brand. But if you choose to stay in the dark, you will never have the light on you. So it's just like,
Ever.
just listen, this what I'm telling y'all, man. Bump all of the, oh, this framework and this and the 3 C's and 5 C's. Open your phone, get on Instagram, open the camera, tell people your name. Who are
Thank
you?
you.
What
Thank
did you
you.
do? Just start and stop getting so boggled with, I gotta do this like this, I gotta do this like that. I would rather you do the messy work than not do the work at all.
Thank you. And then also that goes into like if you don't ever do the work, you're never gonna learn from not doing the work. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, Nicki Minaj ain't start off with the best album cover or the best mixtape cover. She got in the field and got to work. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing with Beyonce. When they was when she was singing at the talent shows and stuff like that, she could have been scared to get on stage and be like, I got stage. I'm scared to get on the stage. I got stage fright. She could have never touched that stage and she would have never been Beyonce.
Come on.
I'm sure it's pretty times that she done messed up. We all gonna mess up. We're human beings. Like Barack Obama done messed up.
Facts.
He was the best president we had, but we ain't gotta go into that.
Yeah,
But
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure.
I'm just saying, he
Yeah.
done messed up plenty of times. It's okay. It's okay. Like, but you have to really learn. Like, if you don't do it, you're never gonna learn, and you can't do it perfect. Like I said, I don't want to always make it perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not gonna be perfect. I gotta learn. It gotta get out there first.
Yeah,
It's like if
for
it's never
sure.
get out there, how am I gonna know if it's right or wrong?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, you
So,
gotta work on that.
so just with everything, like, because we spoke a lot about a lot of things, and I know we can both, like, because what we do kind of intersect a lot too.
Yeah.
But I want to say this, right?
Hmm.
Is there anything? It don't have to be about branding. It ain't gotta be about making money. It can whatever. Do you feel like there's anything that God is laying on your heart right now to tell the people, so that when you get off here, you won't be like, dang, I should have said this. You can take a second, but I just want
Okay.
you to just dig real quick and just let me know, do you feel anything or hear anything that you feel like, I gotta say this. They gotta know this.
Okay. I'm gonna just say this. So I'm currently fasting, right?
Wow.
So if you're ever like you confused or you need some clarity on anything, fast. That'll give you everything that you need to know. And you can fast anything that you have a desire for a lot, fast and pray. That's all I can tell you guys. It's like do it. Like it don't have to be I'm doing 30 days. You ain't even gotta jump off the porch and do 30 days. You can do 7 days. 7 days, you can do 5 days, but fast. Like that'll be that's what I can get you. Like fast. If you confused, fast. If you want something, fast. And I used to hear this girl say that all the time. And I'd be like, yeah, I'm a fast. Like, I'm a fast. And I'll do a little fastest and here and there and stuff like that. But when I really started to fast, it was like, bingo. Like, I hit it. Like, thank you. I'm starting to see. I asked for clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I got so much of that. Like, it's like, okay, cool. Like, this is what I really need to do. So I tell people all the time, like this one girl, she lives and die by that. She always be like, girl, anything I want in life, if it's a new person I want, I'm a fast for it. And I used to be like, what, girl? But no, she's like, that's the real thing. Like, and she was like, and if it's not supposed to happen within that fast, God will show you you're not supposed to have it. And this is why.
Wow.
Here's why. And if it's meant for you to have it, you're going to have it. And here's why I gave it to you. Like,
I definitely need to get back, because God been dealing with me, because I ain't been fasting a lot. Like, you
and
feel
you
what I'm
know what?
saying?
And he will teach you. He will humble you. He will sit you down and be like, didn't I tell you?
Oh God.
Like, so it's
I think
like,
the major fast that's been since December the 19th for me, like, that's turned into a lifestyle, was that he kept putting it on my spirit that I needed to, like, work out. Cause like I was like having digestive issues for
mhm,
years, my body, everything. I didn't have energy, and
uh-huh.
I think just from December the 19th, until now, like I just been consistently, working out. Like it ain't even been a year yet, and just seeing how my body's transformed, my mind is transformed, like my energy is transforming is amazing. But I feel like it's still another level.
It's to
It's
another
still, it's
level.
always another level. You feel what
And
I'm
that's what
saying?
that
So
fast is for. It's always
yeah,
another level.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
also got to make sure you surrender and be obedient. Like,
yeah.
when you obedient, you'll see a whole lot of stuff.
100%, 100%.
Like,
So I want to tell you guys this. We're gonna end out with this, and I appreciate your time.
thank you so
I didn't
much.
pin it, but I have a personal branding workbook for female entrepreneurs at JourneyStanley.com. It's only, I usually don't say the price, but y'all, it's only $10. And then I
Ooh,
also dropped the video course that goes along with it. I ain't gonna tell y'all that price. Y'all just go look and start with that book first. But it's really a book, a workbook that you can really work through. It's not like a quick read and then you don't go back to it. It's a quick read, but you use it as a manual to continue to audit. Am I doing my personal brand right? Do you got any offers or anything you want to tell the people about?
yes, I actually do have an offer. You guys can actually text CEO BABE to 470-762-4057, and you will get my personal campaign checklist, and I will be sending out different offers to help you guys with your campaigns because Black Friday is on the rise, and I got some crazy deals for y'all. So
Bet. And Miss, you do partnerships. Let me know if we can partner anyway.
we
You know what
can.
I'm saying?
I meant to actually text you yesterday because I came up with this crazy offer, but I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna text you.
Bet. Y'all need to know that.
Yeah,
But
they
I
ain't gotta know
appreciate
that yet.
you.
They don't gotta know that yet.
I appreciate you.
All right, thank you for having me.
No problem. Have a blessed one.